Hello, my name is Velko Kalajic. Today, we'll be talking about the video game and gun violence debate. We'll be exploring the ongoing discussions surrounding the influence of video games on gun violence. We'll also be analyzing arguments, research findings, and policy responses, and such more. Excuse me. An introduction to the topic. We got to understand the basics of video game and gun violence debate. Why is this topic important? How does it affect society? So, historical context background of video games. Inception of video games. Video games have a rich history, dating back to the mid 20th century, and sometime around the late 1950s and 1960s, we had early computer scientists that developed these kinds of games, such as tennis for two. Now, moving on to something we're more familiar with, we have the 1970s that had the birth of the arcade industry, you could call it. It had games such as Pong and the first home console, Odyssey. Magnavox Odyssey. The 1980s had the golden age of arcade gaming. Classics like Pac-Man, Space Invaders. The 90s brought the emergence of 3D graphics, just popularizing franchises like Super Mario 64 and Doom. Moving on to the 2000s, we just witnessed the rise of mobile gaming and just the dominance of multiplayer games like World of Warcraft. Pretty much, video games just not only have a significant form of entertainment, but just influence popular culture from movies to music, and even enter the realm of competitive esports. Sorry. Now we have the rise of gun violence, and gun violence in the United States has a complex history. Like the late 20th century saw big increases in mass shootings and firearm-related homicides. Big changes like e- economic disparities, urbanization, shifts in family structures, and just all these are contributing to gun violence, not just video games. And the availability of firearms also increased all of this. Now, arguments for video game influence, like I just said, can be like desensitization to violence, imitation of aggressive behaviors, increased aggression and anger, association of violence with reward, and last but not least, cyberbullying. All of these right here are good points and good factors that why violence is caused by video games. Now, the policy and legislative responses, like the game rating systems. Game rating systems have age-based systems like the ESRB. That's only in the United States though, but it tells parents and consumers about game content. These systems use like symbols and numbers like E for everyone, R for or M for mature, and then T for teen with numbers and letters. And proposed regulations, policymakers have proposed regulations to limit that sale and distribution of violent video games. And like these regulations may include those things like age restrictions and content limitations, and just other mandatory things. Industry self-regulation. Now, the gaming industry has taken steps to address concerns and promote responsible gaming. They focus on promoting awareness of the potential impact of gaming and educate people. Now, misconception about video games. Despite the myths and misconceptions surrounding video games, these things in research have shown us a positive effects that can improve our skills in life, cognitive skills, problem solving skills, and just build friendship. Evidence and statistics. Video games have found numerous positive effects on cognitive development, like playing Tetris can improve reaction time. Playing roll the ball can enhance your problem solving skills, and games like Fortnite can help you build friendships and bonds you never had before. Video games are not the problem. Despite the negative attention they often receive, video games are not the root of societal issues. There's just no clear link between that behavior and playing video games. It's just important to consider the other factors like gun control, mental health, and societal influences. Blaming video games alone oversimplifies the complex issue at play. My references are right here. Now, to conclude this, you must consider these things: the further research behind it, the mental health, the gun control, and the media literacy, and intergenerational dialogue. And now, one thing to mention, video games have also improved their social network structure and safety features, like to prevent cyberbullying. They make it a safer place for everybody to play games. Thank you so much for listening to my debate surrounding video games and gun violence. Thank you. My name is Veliko Kalajic. Thank you.